Each month, Annie and I host a deeper dive, which is a live Q&A with an expert in the field of lactation, business, or personal development. The following snippet is from our most recent deeper dive. We hope you enjoy.
Well, hey there, Leah.
Hey, Annie, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Doing fantastic. Really looking forward to our conversation today. This is something that I'm so curious about. And it looks like a lot of other people are too. So I'm excited.
Me too. And this is our first deeper dive in a couple of months. We took a little hiatus and I'm so glad to be back. We're joined today with one of our favorites, Shelly Taft, who is a nurse. She is a sleep educator and she's an IBCLC. And next month, we will be joined. We haven't set the date or time yet, but we will be talking with Rachel O'Brien about the thought process around changing charting platforms, which has been on a lot of people's minds. And it's something that I've been talking with Rachel about. So we're going to come in and we're going to have a really candid conversation about all the charting platforms. Should you switch? Should you not switch? All the feelings around it. It's going to be great.
I'm sure you mine are all.
Because I feel like, I
It's all
feel
of my
like
feelings.
charting platforms are a level of stress for us the same way sleep is for our clients. We are always
Exactly.
looking for the perfect solution. We don't want somebody to tell us it's going to get worse before it gets better, but here we are.
Yeah.
So Shelly is a dedicated and compassionate healthcare professional with a deep commitment to supporting families through the early stages of parenthood. She is the founder and owner of Shelly Taft IBCLC, a private practice providing individualized, judgment-free lactation and infant sleep support to families in Massachusetts and Rhode Island. Shelly has been serving new parents since 2007, helping them navigate the complexities of breastfeeding, bottle feeding, and sleep challenges with evidence-based guidance and practical solutions. Welcome, Shelly.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
We're really excited to have this conversation. I think I've heard of people integrating, all kinds of different other services in their practices. But this one just seems so very, very practical in many ways. And it's just always been something that I'm curious about and wondering, all the ins and outs and pros and cons of it, just to see for my own self, my own practice, like, is this ever something that I'd be interested in doing? But how did you end up on this path of integrating sleep coaching into your practice?
Well, I think as IBCLCs, we've all experienced that the slow gaining baby or the parent with low milk supply that happened because the parents were given sleep training advice that really impacted the feeding relationship, the breastfeeding relationship, and started to cause problems. And I think that telling parents the biological norm, like it's normal for your baby to wake up this many times at night. But on one hand, that can just invalidate their sleep issues and their sleep concerns because sleep deprivation is real and these parents are exhausted. And so they don't want to be told that it's normal for their baby to be doing this. And it's good to tell them that it's normal for their baby to be doing this. But if you're not offering a solution, they're going to go elsewhere to seek it. And then they can end up in those situations where the baby's dropping off growth curves and mom's supply has dropped. So in my head, I was thinking there has to be a better way where I can feel more confident and be able to help these parents not only with their feeding issues but also the sleep concerns that they have. Because the reality is parents rarely come in with only a feeding concern or a sleep concern. They're intertwined, they're connected, and that's been proven in research. Sleep and feeding are part of the same regulatory system in infants. And so having at least a basic knowledge of what sleep should look like as a biological norm in the baby, but what are some ways that you can, or suggestions that you can make to the parents to help them get more sleep despite their baby waking up frequently in the night? And so I thought, I also love to collect credentials. So I thought, why not? Why not get certified um, as a sleep coach? And that's what started my journey.
What education did you get for the sleep coaching?
I started with Babo Mia. They launched a sleep consultant or sleep educator program. So I was one of the first ones to take their program. And then 1 or 2 years later, they revamped it and I took it again. And I found a lot of value in it. What that program really helped me figure out is what's going on in babies' brains and why they sleep like they sleep. And ways to help fix it in terms of why we shouldn't let babies cry it out and how that impacts infant development when babies are put through a cry it out training program. I did leave in both instances, and I did love the program and I did love the instructors, but I didn't quite feel like I got enough solutions to present to families from that program. I got enough information where I could say, yes, it's normal. But like I said earlier, that's not what parents want to hear. They need some solutions. And so that's when I decided to take Lindsay Hookway's holistic sleep coaching training as well, because she did offer a little bit more on the solution end. Like, here's things that you can actually do to try to improve sleep for the family rather than you should just educate them that it's normal.
I love that. I think that's so important because I feel like you said, it's so invalidating just to be like, it's normal, like, survive. I hope you survive. Hope you make it through, And it feels so, I don't know, like you're leaving a gaping hole there when you educate in that way and don't have anything to backfill it with. And here's some ways to manage and cope and not, lose your mind in the process of making it through this phase of how your baby is normally developing.
Right. Yeah. And I think it's unrealistic in our culture. Our culture does not support the biologically normal sleep for mother and baby in many ways, and parent and baby in many ways. So to tell them, you shouldn't do any sort of thing to try to change your baby's sleep when they have to go back to work at 4 weeks or whatnot is not realistic for our culture. And yes, we live in a broken system in a lot of ways, but ignoring that system completely is not helpful for families.
Yeah. Tell me about like the length of these training programs. Like, what do they entail? I'm not, familiar with exactly like the two different ones that you followed, and like what's the level of training that comes with that.
The Lindsay Hookway's holistic sleep coaching was purely self-study. You go at your own pace. I want to say it took me almost a year to get through that one. It was very comprehensive, and I
Wow.
was busy at the time, all the time too. But I did get through it. The first time I took Babo Mia, I believe it was, I don't remember. I want to say it was like 12 weeks, and we met live every week. The second program was similar, but I think they've kind of done away with that program. I don't think they offer that program anymore. I think they have kind of dialed it down to like a doula add-on where you're not getting certified as a sleep coach, but you're just learning how to support families with sleep that you already have at work, that you're already working with as a doula. But the Lindsay Hookways was very comprehensive. There's assignments, there's books to read, there's lectures, not just on sleep, but everything parallel to sleep as well.
Wow, that sounds like really detailed, which would be amazing. But like you said, a huge time commitment too.
Yeah, I'm looking up on the Babo Mia website. It doesn't look like they offer that anymore. Um, Most of the people that I know, other than you, that are doing incorporating sleep coaching into their private practice, have done the Lindsay Hookway program, and have done their sleeposium. Every year they do like a little mini version, and it's, I think, meant to advertise taking the longer course. And every year I get the marketing and I'm like, I should do this. And then I'm like, you really don't have time. And I don't think I really want sleep clients. tell me how, because they scare me. And so tell me how you have your practice set up to incorporate both lactation clients, sleep clients. Love to hear more about that.
So I do offer them as separate services.
If you enjoyed that snippet, the good news is that deeper dive was recorded. And by joining our membership community, you can have access to that deeper dive as well as our entire vault of deeper dives going back through 2020. You will also be automatically invited to our live monthly deeper dives, so you can ask the experts directly all the questions you want to know about that topic. We look forward to seeing you at our next deeper dive.